Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. It's August 22nd. Yesterday, we had some volatility creep into the markets. Um, that jobs data was like 45 minutes late, which was weird. So that came out, and they ended up saying that there's like 800,000 less jobs than they said, which was crazy. And then we had the minutes, and it was just back and forth action. Really kind of stayed within range. And I had a nice trade. I went long on. I'm going to do another reel coming up. I did drop the other reel the other day on my other day trade. This one was another nice one of my favorite setups. So that's another 200% winner there. That I'm gonna do the video probably today or tomorrow and drop it. So basically following the blueprint of what we talked about somewhat of yesterday. Okay, so what do we have today? We have some news today coming up. This market's just bullish. I think the market wants all-time highs. Okay. Nvidia still have Nvidia earnings coming up on the 28th. All right. So I don't think this market's going to go down with Nvidia's earnings coming up. I just don't see how that's all of a sudden going to go down unless we just have some type of liquidation break, pull back for the earnings. But right now, this is just the momentum's on the bull side. That's basically it. Momentum's on the bull side. All right. So without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use market profile and volume profile to find structure in the market, along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, and the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. All helps me find structure in these markets. That's my edge. That's how I plan out trades. Okay. And then once I do that, market opens and I put risk on when I feel my edge is there. All right, like I did yesterday. All right, and that's a whole nother analysis, right? So, but that brings me to everybody here on my channel. Welcome if you're new. All right, I do this every day at 8:10 a.m. So hopefully you're joining me for the first time. If you're not, if you're here and you're returning, welcome back. So, um, every day I hope that you can join me and you have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea, whatever you like, have a donut, and you get the recap of what's going on the previous day. What's the story of the markets? Leaders and laggards in the morning, news, economic calendar, earnings, upgrades, downgrades. We go over daily charts. We go over what else do we go over? I'm losing my train of thought here. Oh, main event. 8:30 a.m. Around 8:30 a.m. every day, I go over the Nasdaq and the ES futures analysis. That is my foundation to trade SPX, QQQ, the SPY, ES futures, Nasdaq futures. Okay? Whatever vehicle I choose, that's where I get it from. That analysis that I do live with you guys. I do it live. I don't look at it beforehand. All right? And it was spot on yesterday. Spot on. And full transparency yesterday, I was like, you know what? This news is coming out at 2. Um, I guess this market's going to chop around. And then it just fell out of bed a little bit and then came right to the levels of my interest. And it was a perfect setup. Um, had to take it, had the confidence, and then it turned out to be. I didn't know how long I was going to be. It turned in I was in it for a couple hours because I thought I would be knocked out from the 2 p.m. FOMC minutes, but I was in it, and I was in it to get the pop up before it, and I popped up a little bit, and good trade, good trade. You could always manage things better, but good trade. Okay, so if you're new, subscribe, set an alert. That would mean a lot to me. If you enjoy my content, please, 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 please smash that like Bucking. I don't know what a bucking is, but and you can follow me on X at Gonzo719, and you can follow me on TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader. Okay. Now let's get into the futures watch list. Let's see what we got going on here. Who's leading the pack today? Whoa. Who do we have here? 10-year yield up 1.62%. All right. Now I'm kind of liking that. I'm kind of liking that. Um, Again, I'm not no financial advisor, but I'm kind of liking that. I'd like it to go back up to 4 for maybe a trade for my own thing here. All right. I might be interested in a 10-year note. Um, have to see though. Have to see. Nas. Oop, sorry about that. Nasdaq's down. Up 0.32. Dollars up 0.29. Crude up 0.28. Crude is bottoming. Okay. I'm liking crude. I actually have a little nibble in futures right now with crude. Okay. Long. And we'll just see what that does. I think that there's a possibility you can get a nice little bounce. Again, not financial advice, just what I am doing. Okay. Um, Things are moving around on me here. Let's see. ES up 0.17. The Dow's up pretty much flat, up 0.03. Russell's flat, down 0.03. Silver pretty much flat, down 0.07. Gold down 0.5. Ether is down 0.58. The VIX is down 0.74. We're at a 16.15 VIX. Bitcoin is down 0.75. 30-year bonds down 0.77. Okay, down 0.77. Now, let's go Mag 7 Plus. What do we got? Broadcom. Broadcom up 1.64%. Semi. Followed by Nvidia. Now, Nvidia was up more before. It was over 130. That's a key level. Okay. Now it's up 0.98. All right. AMD up 0.69. Tesla's up 0.61. Apple's up 0.44. Google up 0.44. Meta up 0.35. Amazon up 0.34. All right. Who's the lagger here? Netflix. I don't know why they're lagging right now. Right now, I don't. But they are down 1.45%. And then Snowflake reported earnings. It's just not. It just hasn't been. It's been a rough road for Snowflake. All right. They're down almost 10%. Okay. They just can't get out of their own way. I did see that they mentioned some repurchase program, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's not looking too hot for them. Okay. I know they're like a growth stock, but just not great. All right. Now, moving on. Top sector stocks. Okay. Let's see who we got leading the pack here. Uber, followed by Exxon, followed by Eli Lilly, followed by Chevron, Qualcomm, Walmart, Disney. Okay. Now, lagger, little McDonald's here. That's not a lagger. Only down 0.06. All right. Now, moving on to my swing trade list. Let's see what's moving here. We got Zoom. I believe Zoom had a good earnings. Donald Trump up 2.07%. Paramount Global's up 1.89. Crocs, believe got an upgrade. They're up 1.88. Viking Therapeutics up 1.33. ONON up 1.24. CrowdStrike up 1.06. Followed by Reddit up 0.9. Supermicro Computers up 0.84. Okay, those are the leaders really. Let's look at laggards. I think that is Williams Sonoma, down 11.33%. Then we have Charles Schwab. I believe that's Charles Schwab. I believe that's Charles Schwab. Down 3.52. GDX Gold Junior Miners down 1.10, and then there's really not much really to talk about there. Right, go back here. All right, let's go on to the guts, the sectors. Right, you got semis leading the pack, up 0.49, followed by technology, up 0.41, followed by discretionary, up 0.08. So there's no laggards here this morning. All right, this market's kind of just, we're balancing, we're consolidating, probably for the next move higher. right? Sellers are not really have any ground here. All-time highs might be in sights. Okay. Now, we're going to get over to some news. Upgrades, downgrades, economic calendar. Let's look at that together. We do have jobless claims coming out at 8:30 when Chicago Fed at 8:30. Okay, let's look over here. So let's see here. So, Chicago Fed 8:30. Initial jobless claims we're expecting 2:30. Let's see what happens there. And then today's a day where you kind of stay away a little bit till after 10. You got 9:45 S&P Global Composite PMI, global manufacturing, global services. So that drops at 9:45 and 10 a.m. You have existing home sales. So it could be a little pops in the market with these things. I usually tend to stay away with the day trade near them. All right, and it's unfortunately sometimes my setup comes to fruition around this time, and I just have to watch. Unfortunately, hopefully none of that happens. All right, now tomorrow we got Fed Powell speaking at 10 a.m. So you have to be cognizant of that. Okay. Now, as far as news, let's look at juice. I know some Fed speak was happening. All right, let's go to indexes and we go to risk. Let's see here. Now, Fed Schmidt, I think we have a time to decide. What else did he say? We need to see more data before supporting a rate cut. That's what's going on with the Fed speak. Let's look at upgrades and downgrades. Let's see if this is updated. Hopefully it has. It has. Okay. So what do we have here? We got upgrades. Estee Lauder. Upgraded. Estee Lauder. Sentinel One. That's an IT company. Upgraded. All right, let's go downgrades. Downgrades, we got TJ Maxx, Urban Outfitters, some retail there, initiations. Let's see here. Anything to note here? EPAM initiated at a hold. Let's see. Hims initiated at a buy. Target price of 24. Tandem Diabetes, equal weight. Price target 45. All right, that's what's going on there. Let's see price target changes. We'll go to raises first. Whoa, there's not a lot of raises here. Target got a price target raise. Wolf speed. All right, that didn't have a lot of target raises there. Let's just see if this is updated too. And pretty much the same here. Nothing really. Nothing really to note here. Okay. Let's see if there's some other news we can talk about here. Here we go. Snowflake. Stock fell 9.7 after the enterprise software maker beat expectations for second quarter earnings and revenue, but offered tepid guidance that failed to assure investors in a competitive market. Okay. Urban Outfitters stock fell 12% after the retailer's second quarter same sales growth came in below expectations. Peloton stock soared 7.1 after the connected fitness company returned to sales growth for the first time in 9 quarters. Advanced Auto Parts stock fell 11% after automotive parts retailer reported disappointing second quarter earnings and slashed its full year outlook. All right. BJ stock fell 7.5 after the retailer's second quarter revenue fell short of projections, although it beat profit expectations. Here's the Viking Holdings stock fell 4.1. All right. Deutsche Bank stock rose 2%. The German lender announced it has settled more than half the plaintiffs who had accused it of underpaying them in its takeover. All right. So we got going there. I think that's going to wrap up that. Earnings wise, we go to that real quick. Earnings wise, what do we got? So this morning we have Baidu, Paladin, Advanced Auto Parts, BJ's. We just talked about that. Viking. We talked about that. TD Bank. I guess. I'm not sure what they did this morning, but what do you call it? After the close today, Kava, Workday, Intuit, Ross, Red Robin. That's after the close. That's earnings. That's earnings, folks. Now, let's go to those daily charts. go to those daily charts. Good old SPY. Let's go over the daily charts together. Now, yesterday, zoom in here. Okay, what do we do? Came down to last week's highs. I'm sorry, right here, right there, and whoom, right up there. Now, I had a long on QQQ yesterday. All right, QQQ I liked better because communications, technology, and consumer discretionary were all green, and financials was in the red, and so was healthcare, I believe, yesterday. So I wanted to go with the hot hand because Meta and Google, some of those Google, Amazon were all firing off the open. All right. And what are we doing here? See, we're just consolidating. This is all bullish. Holding above the last week's range. There's last week's highs, okay? SPY's at 561.77. 561.77. Where are we? We are right at the highs of yesterday. Very bullish. Really can't say anything up but bullish. 3 minutes. Jobless claims will come out. Not sure what it's going to do. Let's look at the live look. Futures. So futures, look. I mean, look what we're doing. It's the first time we're consolidating a little this much because look, we went up only 2 days, boom. 1 day, boom. 1 day, boom. And now we're just collecting energy, right? Whoever's short here, and as soon as we move up and we go to those challengers all-time highs, I mean, it's kind of queuing up to do that, really. Do we break all-time highs? Maybe. You know what I mean? Crazy. Crazy, crazy markets, okay? Crazy, above all moving averages. All moving averages, all right? So, let's look at the Qs, okay? Here's the Qs. Now this trend line got broken a little bit, but now I really gonna remove that right now. It really doesn't help me right now. So, again, what are we doing? We are accepting over last week's range, right? This is last week's highs, okay? And right here, like that 480 level, right? So we're consolidating. All right, now where are we at now? 484. Let's call it 10. 44.10. Right at the highs of yesterday. It's bullish. It's really bullish, okay? And all we got to do is really put pain on these shorts, whoever's shorting the tops, and you can move up, right? The next, what I say, the next resistance will be immediate resistance. We already met that yesterday, right here. If you look to the left, right there, right? But I think if we move higher, it's going to go to at least 47. 47, and there's a gap. Okay, all the way up to 492. That's what I'm looking like in the Qs. Now, in the Qs yesterday, you know, like I said, I was getting ready to leave, and then it, boom, flushed down, went to the gamma flip points. Let me show you these. Let me show you this. I'll just show you this real quickly. That's not the one I wanted to show you. Let's see here. This. I'm not even sure I have this set, but I'm going to put it into view here. Okay. Just want to show you yesterday. See these gamma flip points right here. 479 in the Qs, 558 in the SPY. Okay. I was getting ready to just walk away right here. And then wham, slam down here. So I still consider this support of the flip point, 479. And I still consider this. It SPY exactly hit the gamma flip point. All right. Now, the reason why I love this, one, when I get double flip point support, I'm probably going to go long. Now, second, here's the close from the previous day. Okay. Okay. So what I did, this is 15-minute candles. I usually use 3-minute candles. All right. Now, what I said, it was like, okay. And also, at the same time this is happening, like I said yesterday, in the Nasdaq and in the ES futures analysis. I said if we came to value area low in the overnight low of the previous session, that's a weak low, and if it's defended, I want to be long. So that came when this happened. So I'm like, I watched a little bit, and then there was an order flow trap as well. Order flow trap as well. So what I did is I was like, okay, there's this stick in the ground right there, right? And I said, let me put my stop around 479, and I got in around 479.50. So I mean, I got in right here. Okay, actually put a buy stop in. Boom, and hit it. And then it was just like another reason for it. Remember, I'm gonna make a reel about this, but I want to give you a little bonus. Okay, the reason I loved it was because when markets precede like news coming out, they tend to revert back to the mean. See now, and that's why I also liked it, because I said, who's gonna just short the market when FOMC minutes is coming out? They're gonna want to go back to the mean. See, so it went right back to the volume point of control for the day, right here, and it chilled, and then it went up. And I regret I didn't have it. I had a limit order here at 43, but I took it off, and I was just trailing my stop. And I only had a quarter left in my position here, and I got wicked out around right here. So still a great trade. I mean, all the way from down here, still a great trade. Okay. Now the other layer to it. And I'm gonna talk about this in my reel, but I'm not restricted by a minute right now, and I don't know if you guys, whoever's watching it, is enjoying it or not. And I'll show you one other thing. All right, just give me a sec here, because I just think it's important for you guys to see what I look at. Right. I'm just gonna pull up a picture here, because I categorize these on my computer. All right, I'm gonna show you here. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna show you right now. Boom. This is a footprint chart. All right. Let me get my marker out. So I just want to show you guys, I do use a lot of confluence in my trades. All right. So I know, I don't talk about my day trades a lot because I make reels of them. But here's the ES. Okay. Even though I went long in the QQQ, I want to show you something. Okay. Look at all these aggressive sellers. This is Delta. This is showing me aggressive selling. And this is Delta at price. So you can see all this red is sellers, sellers, sellers. Look at that huge selling here, Delta. Okay. That's where your boy got in, like right here. Stop here. Doesn't matter that this is the ES. It's the same concept. And when you saw the buying come in, right? And all I wanted to see was these sellers get put underwater. Once this happened, boom, they're out, and that's why price started to go. Okay. Give you a little bonus today. All right. Now I'm going to explain this in a reel, but you guys got not the short version. All right. Not the short version. Hopefully you enjoyed that. All right. Now let me put my stuff back here a little bit, because I just took off some of my stuff that I usually use. And we're going to go back, and I was looking at the Qs. I'm sorry. Yeah. So let's go back to the Qs. Go back to the daily charts. Get off my drawings here. All right. So we're at the Qs. All right. Let's look at the live look. Just consolidating over last week's range, right? Over the 50-day, over all moving averages. And we got a 20,000 here. That's a high volume node to 20,000. All right. And then we got this resistance here at 2,078. That could be our next move. And then ultimately there's a gap. Well, there's not a gap there. We can probably go to move to 203.47. Just keep these in mind. I do believe we're due for a push up again. All right, push up again. All right, that's that. Now we're going to move over to triple headed monster and look at what our 10-year yield's doing. I don't know who I got with me today. Maybe Rosita's here today. G-Man's here today. I'm not sure. But this is our 10-year yield. 10-year yield's creeping up a little bit today. All right. It is up 1.62%. So remember, we got Fed Powell speaking tomorrow. But this is just in a range here. Okay. Let's look at that second head. We got Dixie. Whoa, 200%. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, the Dixie's kind of getting weak here. I mean, be honest with you. It's bouncing off this swing low here. Right here. Right there. Okay. You're getting a little push today, up. So maybe you get a little reflexive bounce today. Okay, but the dollar's definitely pushing down. That means the euro's going higher. All right, let's look at the VIX. VIX, we are at 16.13. That's a 1% expected move in the S&P 500 plus or minus a 16 VIX. Okay, that is your triple-headed monster. Right, I'm running it a little late because I just told you. I just told you about that little bit of the day trade in the QQQ. All right, now we are going to go to the main event. We're going to go to market profile. Okay, our volume today. Let's just do a little pop in on the volume today. What's our volume looking like? Let's see here. We're at 34. Oh, so the volume is horrendous. 34% in the ES, 41% in the Nasdaq. Part of that is because of that crazy volume with the Japan carry trade. All right. But that's not the best volume. All right. We got some big orders hitting the tape. Jobless claims came out. We're getting a little selling right now in the markets. Nothing really to be worried about. So hold on. Let's go. Let me just change my workspace here. And we're going to go to the ES. Okay. And we're going to go to the market profile and the volume profile. And we're going to go over what I love to go over, structure. All right, here's our ES. Now, I didn't go long SPY yesterday, but I did go long QQQ, but the same setup was there. All right, let's look at this together. All right, let's look at our profile. Our rolling profile of the week. Here we got value area, 70% of the trade right there, and then we got a little excess. Okay, most traded price of the week, 56.20, right here. So the market's doing its job, moving up the most traded price of the week. Bullish. Here's the price right now, 56.48. Holding above yesterday's most traded price and the most traded price of the week. It is bullish. Bullish structure, folks. Bullish structure. Okay. And what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? Right? Now let me show you. It was a beautiful little move right here. This was actually more exact in the ES. This was the value area low. Here's the overnight low. Here's the most traded price of the week. And remember, they're never perfect. But look, this was the week low I talked about. Okay. And look what the ES did when it sold off. Boop. Right there. I said, ooh, I love it. And then, boop. It went all the way to here. And then obviously it went higher. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. If you don't know about this level, right, and you don't know about the overnight low, and you don't know about the value area low, and look, it also hit week to date VWAP, that little green line. So that's all confluence. All right, more things people look at, right, but I look at them all. So beautiful. All right, now let's get over to yesterday was a beautifully balanced session. Okay, let's you gotta move this out a little bit. There we go. All right, beautifully balanced. Okay, perfect bell curve. Look at that. Now, when I saw this, I'm like, we're not going higher. We're gonna balance, and that's what we did. You had a perfect, complete profile. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Now we got levels to talk about, right? Now, Rosita, are you watching, or are you just, you're in your Lamborghini and just listening? She must be. She might be just listening. Um, Driving. See, I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Um, let's talk about these levels. I was gonna maybe test her to see if she could give me the levels. Maybe G-Man's not here today. I just wanted to see if anybody's paying attention to maybe they can tell me what some levels to look at. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. All right. So what do we have here? We have a poor high in the overnight. All right. You got a double top there, and look what that lines up with the yesterday's highs. So now that's a weak high. Okay, confluence high, and you got to see what we do with that level. Can sellers defend that level? This also still in a supply zone here. We need to take care of this and break that supply zone. We haven't done it yet. All right, we haven't done it yet. We're still within yesterday's range. All right, and we're very balanced. So the opening was here. You got this much short, this much long. That's not the edge. So we can't. That doesn't matter right now. That doesn't matter. All right, now what does matter is you got a poor low in the overnight. The poor low lines up with the most traded price of yesterday. Okay, bulls need to defend this area. That's the immediate defense. Second defense, you got another weak low. The most traded price of the week lines up with yesterday's lows. And then you have a little bit of demand underneath. So that really is the ultimate defense. Okay, that is the ultimate defense. Now, if you're talking about tomorrow, Powell talks, right? Can I see a world where we just balance more? Of course, you can move up here, try to break it, don't, and we tend to go back to here. Then we're going to start really creating this coiling, balancy effect for Powell. I don't know if that happens. Okay, but that's the key levels. That's really it. All right, we can get right into scenarios here. Let's do that. All right, this is pretty simple. I love simple. All right, now what did I say? You got your weak high up here, 56.55, 56.56, weak high, poor high, begging to be broke, but you still are in supply. Okay, that's our one level. Weak low, 56.31, and the most traded price of yesterday, 56.35. This is the immediate defense for bulls. Okay, ultimate defense is down here. I'm actually going to include the demand here. All right, so we got from 56, let's call it 56.20, all the way down to about 56.02. Okay, all defense for the bulls, right? So what could we see here? What I would like to see, I don't chase. So if I see the market push, break the weak high, then come through the open, and now we're going through the most traded price of the overnight, I want to see what we do here. What do we do here? What is the market doing? Is it strong? If we come down here, get defended, you kind of hold this higher low, you're going to go back and you're going to probably try to take out the supply. And then you got a gap overhead. This is a gap right here. That gap starts at, let's see what the gap starts at, 56.72, and it goes all the way up to 56.90. That's the gap overhead. Okay, it's an unfilled gap. Do I know if we reach that or touch that? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but that's immediate defense, right? Now, what if we start to be in balance? And what could happen? Well, what can happen is take this out, take out the most traded price of the week, and then we're going to test this demand. Now, remember, it could bounce here. But also we want to see what it does here. If you do this, take over that most traded price of the week, we're probably going to go back. If we don't go back, we're probably going to hang out and just chill. All right, that's what I'm looking at today for the bull, for the bear, for the bear. All right, now got a weak high. Let's call it 56, 55, 56, 55. Okay, that's that level. Okay, we're still in supply. We're still in supply. All right, so if you're a bear, we are in supply. So for me, kind of inverse of what I just said, I want to see if they can break it. And let's say this is the opens here. Come through that open. Now you're probably going to get some liquidation. You're going to come through that most traded price of the overnight, and you're going to test the most traded price of the week. I'm sorry, the most traded price of yesterday. That is 56.35. If you break that, you have that weak low here. If you break it, boom, you're going to test most likely the 56.20 most traded price of the week or yesterday's lows. Okay, you could do something like this, bounce up, hold, hold, hold. Now that's the real test. Do you take this out? Okay, if you do, and you hold, 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 you got another demand down here around 55.80. Okay, and I would think this would be a. I don't think this is. I got to put this in there, but I don't think this is in the cards. And you're going to go down to the most traded price of the month, which is around 55.60. Okay. Now this is just I have to put that in there. Now we both know you can get the nice move down, and then the market could do that. I think that's more realistic. Okay, because you're going to wait for Powell. That's what we got there in the ES. In the ES. Now the NASDAQ, let's look at the structure. Okay, let's look at the structure together. Okay. We got a little excess here, and we got our thinny thin, and then we got a value area, and then we got a little excess to the top. Okay. A little excess to the top. Now, what did we do yesterday? We drove that most traded price of the week higher at 198.50. So now we have the most traded price of the week and the most traded price of yesterday right there. And where does that line up with? The overnight low. The overnight low. So that's a weak low, 198.65. Bulls need to defend there. Okay? Bulls need to defend there. Price is here. Price is there. Actually got to remove this. This is a naked VPOC that we touched yesterday, so I just removed that. That doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Now, I would say this is weakish high here. You got a high here, 199.82, 199.94. The overnight right here, I'd say is the area, of course, for a breakout as well. Now there is supply overhead in the NASDAQ. That is around, let's see, starts at about 223. Okay, that's where supply starts. All right. So this is basically pretty simple. And then look, it opened here. We got this short to this long. No edge there. No edge there. Okay. We do have a weak high. So really, the overnight session it's all about the overnight session in the NASDAQ. Really, that's what that's about. This is actually a 50% retracement of yesterday's move down here as well. So it's just a lot of confluence here. Okay. Just have to see what tech does today. I mean, right now, look, showing higher prices. All right, showing higher prices. So very easy today. This is pretty easy. I don't have to go into much detail. Now, just to show you, I wanted to show you the confluence of what I talked about in my day trade. All right. So here was value area low and the overnight low from yesterday when I said this is a weak low. Well, if you draw across the line, look where that little wick, boop, came into. And then it was, boom, your boy got long. Your boy got long and drove all the way up here. And then I got out around here. Well, actually, probably in the future, it's probably more like up here. Okay? That worked out beautifully. All right, now remember, value area is 70% of trading volume. That's why I love it. Because Look, if the value area was here in the Nasdaq, right? That's 76. And then look at that little baby session in the overnight was exactly the value area of the day before. So if you have 70% of traders here and they were long from that area and you come and test it and they defend it, boom. Well, there you go. And just the opposite. If you break it, whoa, that is bearish. But they didn't break it. Okay? Now, let's do scenarios. All right. Very easy today. Very, very easy. I like easy, like I said. Keep it simple, stupid, if you ever hear the KISS method. So, let's talk about bull. Now, all it is this, right here. Got to defend the overnight low. Most traded price of the week. Most traded price of yesterday. 50%, the mid of the session of yesterday. That's it. That's all it's about. Okay? Bullish above this level. Forget about price action doing whatever it's got to do. Bullish above this level. All right, there's the week high. Like I said, it's around 199.82 to 199.94. Let's just call it there. Okay, so that could be a breakout point. I'm not going to chase. Okay, but in the bullish case, all right, bullish case, everyone's long from the overnight low. Okay, from the overnight low and from here. So for me, a couple things that could happen here. All right, it's a little different in the Nasdaq. Overnight, most traded price is right here. So I got to add another layer here. All right. So this could happen too. I want to see this boop break. All right. Liquidate a little bit. And then I want to see what this price here. It's around, let me give you the exact price. The most traded price of the overnight. Okay. That is 199.20. 199.20 could be support. Okay. If you're really strong market, it will defend the most traded price of the overnight. So we have to see if that this gets defended. If it does, really move up to that supply. And I don't know how far you go into it. Okay. Second, if we go up, down through this most traded price, that's going to cause longs to liquidate. And you're going to test this overnight low and this area here, the most traded price of the week, most traded price of yesterday. Okay. All right. Now, the bottom of this box is actually the value area low of yesterday too. So it's just a lot of confluence there. And I just want to see if it can go in there and start getting higher low, and then you can just make a move. That's it. That's all I'm interested in. Okay, now, talking about shorts. All right. They don't have much legs to stand on of late. It is really hard to short this market. You get quick pops down. That's what you get. Quick pops down. All right. So I've been definitely just stalking longs mainly. All right. But you got to talk about it. So here's that weak high. Bulls need to take that out, but sellers can defend it. Okay. So if you are like being a bear, just the inverse of what I said before, you break that, come through the open. That's your chance to possibly get your short. Like I said, then the next test point is the most traded price of the overnight. If you rip through that, you're going to test the overnight low. So that would be a decent trade, okay? And it could end there. However, we got to talk about the bearish case. So we could end there, so it could pop here, but let's talk about if we break under. If we break under this level, you're going to get more follow through to the downside. If you hold, you are going to test the bottom of this kind of little bit of a bracket here. Right? You got single prints here. You could clean those to about 197. Then you got demand. You could pop from here. Right? You could pop from here. Now, if you take out the demand, and yeah, now we're talking, I don't know how far you can go here. Right? I don't know if that's in the cards, but you got to put it in there. That level's around 196. Okay? That level's around 196. And then this key support here around 195.25. Right at the end of that demand. If you break that, you go down to here, actually. About 194.45. Like I said, I got to put it in there. Do I think that's going to happen? Probability is probably not on the side of that. Okay. But that's it. All right. That's it, folks. That is the analysis of the ES and the NASDAQ futures long and short trade scenarios, and I hope you enjoyed it. All right. If you're new, please subscribe. Set an alert. That would mean a lot. If you enjoyed my content, please smash the like button. As always, you can follow me on X at Gonzo719. Okay. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Gonzo719Trader. I am going to work on and edit that video of what I described today of that day trade. Okay, I'm going to do a reel, and you'll see all the confluence that I use. All right, what I kind of talked about. It's just like a lot, right? But it's not a lot to me when I'm trading, but it could be a lot to somebody else. But I love to have all these layers of confluence. It just gives me confidence, right? It gives me confidence. And that's about it for today. All right. So remember, I said we got 9:45 a.m. news. We got 10 a.m. news. Who knows what they're gonna do? But just be safe. Don't enter trades right there because you can get whipped out. All right. And stay patient. Stay patient. All right. And no trade's a trade. All right. So everybody have a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow morning.